Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your reading for the weeks of October 8 through 21, 2024. So reading if you're Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising, or have another significant Taurus placement in your chart. If you're new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you. And if you're returning, welcome back. This is a 12 card, well, 13 card really, astrological spread going by the 12 houses of astrology. And I only start by reading Murray Hope's Way of Cartouche deck. And I'm clarifying with tarot. This week we are going to use the very fanciful Halloween tarot, which has cats all over it, which I love. And our extra rune pull, well, extra oracle pull will be the runes, the Norse runes. My bag of runes here. Okay, so I did want to mention also just quickly is that if you can find the link to my website in the description box below, as well as my social media, if you want to know about my services, whether it be coaching, healing, doing readings, doing life path charts, things like that. Yeah, check the description box below for that. And you can check out my daily live stream, Morning Coffee with Breege, where I do a daily tarot reading and also give certain things that are connected with spiritual coaching, talking about certain topics that my guides tell me to talk about. And this month, actually in October, I'm doing a ghost story a day through the month of October. So yeah, so again, check that out. Definitely, we have a little group that meets on Mondays, and if you want to join us, then you're more than welcome. And again, the links to everything, my Instagram and my website are in the description below. Okay, so let's dive into your reading. This is a very, very complicated and intense month astrologically. I've been spending time kind of going through all of the different aspects, but I think I want to maybe try not to do so much of that because it takes up a lot of the reading. But I know that some of the major things, we have Venus moving into Sagittarius, we have a full moon in Aries, we just had a solar eclipse, we are going to have Pluto going direct in Capricorn, we are going to have a moon opposing Pluto in Capricorn, we have Mars opposing Pluto in Capricorn, we have the outer planets, the four gas giants, which are Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, all in alignment. We have major solar flares, we have a so-called second moon as an asteroid joins the moon's orbit right now. And we have possibly a comet that's going to appear in the sky around mid-month. All of these things, all of these omens are very, very suggestive of being a very intense time of change right now. So lots to think about. Now, one of the main things I'm seeing, Taurus, is you're making a lot of decisions now about what stays and what goes. I mean, you have this eight of cups, eight of ghosts. And what we see is this person walking away, and all the little ghosts are kind of looking after him, looking sad because they're leaving. And the moon normally in this card actually is eclipsed in the more traditional decks. But yeah, there's the idea of walking away from something, even if it's something that has served you well for a long time. And with Nepenthes, yeah, there's this sense of you're not really maybe quite sure where you're going yet. Nepenthes seems to indicate there's like a change in almost a change in identity. This is your first house, so there's things you're discovering about yourself, and this may cause you to make some decisions where you're going to walk away from certain aspects of yourself or certain things that you've always identified with that you're saying, no, that's not me anymore. I'm not doing that anymore. Now, I generally feel like at this time frame, the things that we are discarding, even if they are something that maybe we have nostalgia for or something that has served us well in the past, it is time to let go of them. So yeah, you're still in this period of discovery right now. You may have been having some issues either, well, this could be with your goals. Maybe you've been frustrated, you've been meeting obstacles. This could also have to do with friendships. Maybe there's been a friend that's rubbed you the wrong way or something. And honestly, you know, in this 11th house, this Aquarius house, you know, anything's possible. Mars is in Cancer this month, and so the chance that there's going to be landmines, depending on where Mars is in your chart, depending on Aries is in your chart, sometimes it can be a bit of an explosive landmine month. So just be aware that interpersonal relationships, friendships may be tense right now. You do have the Five of Pumpkins here, so this is the Five of Cups. There's definitely the sense here maybe that, I mean, some of you, this could be you know, feeling like you're, you know, that your finances may be low, but really in the 11th house, I feel this is more a card of being ghosted in a way, of feeling like you're isolated, you know, that you've been left out in the cold in some way. But whatever this feeling is, I mean, we definitely see this being, you have pyramids, so whatever this is kind of a test situation, maybe with a person or with a group of people. It will be resolved with time. When Pyramid comes up, as time is usually the thing that's going to heal it. Number 5 seems to be important too. We have this 5 here, and 2 plus 3 is 5. So I don't know. This could be something resolved 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months maybe. But there's definitely this energy of, like right now maybe you're feeling either isolated or feeling a little bit prickly with certain friends right now, but it is saying that that will change with time. Right now it is kind of a prickly time. In the house of your own energy, which is the second house, looks like you're going to have some kind of messages or opportunity here. Page of Ghosts, which is great, because Page of Ghosts tends to have a more emotional inflection to it, because this is the Suit of Cups usually, and cups are often romantic invitations or messages, but this is the house of your money, okay? And you have it with Uriah, so this is something coming in that you're going to have a twist or turn with your money that you're not expecting, and whatever it is, it's bringing good news, okay? So the Page of Cups, this is not just news that's good in the sense of, oh, hey, I'm going to have money. This is also very emotionally satisfying news. So I don't know, maybe you're going to have a financial opportunity, maybe a job opportunity to do something that you really love. There's a number of possibilities here with this, but so I don't know. So this actually looks good. This just looks to me like whatever's going on right now, it does seem like usually sometimes when Uriah shows up, it's something secret, something hidden that's happening. And when it shows up in the money house, sometimes this can indicate that you'll be flush with cash, that you're going to end up having money coming in from somewhere. And but there's an element of secrecy to it as well. So I don't know, there's something going on that you're not seeing, but whatever it is, it's not bad news. It's definitely going to bring good news. Okay. I feel like, all right, I'm just looking at the Sagittarius house here. Okay, so this is your house of expansion. And this, you have the 10 of Imps with the Lotus. So I feel like you're stressed and overwhelmed with something. This could have to do with school, because this is a house that has to do with higher education. It could be a spirituality thing, like maybe you have been on a particular spiritual path, and maybe there's just stuff that you're ready to unload. Again, you've got this eight of Cups here. I mean, you may be ready to. I feel like there's burdens you're ready to drop. You want to move forward, and you want to get rid of anxiety, because Lotus is about peace, calm, continuity, things like that. So I don't know. There seems to be a lot of burdens lately around that. It could be about travel too. Maybe you've been wanting to travel, or maybe you have a trip upcoming that maybe feels like it's a burden right now. But there's something here where it's saying, you need to relax, to not worry, to kind of go with the flow on something. And there's also the sense here that there's something that you're going to need to drop in order to be able to have the freedom that you want, to have the flexibility that you want. Ninth house definitely has to do with these things. This is also has to do with deep thought and deep thinking. But I feel like for some of you, this is much more specifically about something you're doing in education. Like I said, some of you may be in school. Maybe you've taken too many courses and you're kind of freaking out about it. There just seems to be something here that feels like it's a big burden. But again, there's this element of needing to prioritize and perhaps needing to drop things. So I think in order to move ahead and to manifest what it is that you want, I also, this is jumping into my mind. I feel like for somebody, this may actually be a reference to somebody who is at a distance or far away. Maybe somebody who is overburdened. I feel like this could also represent, I don't know, it could be a friend, it could be a family member, it could be a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. It's somebody far away who seems like they may be overburdened right now and stressed out. So I don't know, take that as it resonates. That may be, I feel like that might be a very specific message for somebody, but that jumped into my mind. So I'm saying it because it did jump into my mind here. We do see something here in your house of messages and short distance travel. We have the Two of Wands here with Anubis. So yeah, this does indicate some kind of journey or travel, but this would be more locally and not quite so far away. There may also be a sense of maintaining your boundaries with people. I feel like you maybe are communicating or collaborating more with people right now. You do have this Two of Wands. Two of Wands, it may also be that you're trying to make some decisions right now, but whatever decisions you're making, again, protecting yourself and your boundaries are important here. I mean, Anubis always indicates friendly negotiations and so forth, so we're not talking about anything that's necessarily a problem. but I do feel like you're trying to make decisions about who you're going to work with. And I feel like it's going to be a case of you just want to make sure that in being friendly and in trying to work with people here, that you're not letting anybody trample on your boundaries here. And that seems to be the thing here. Just make sure whatever you negotiate for yourself, and this could be business negotiations too, but whatever it is, that it's actually fair for you. All right, let's look at your home sector here. We've got the Devil card with Thoth, okay? Now, Thoth seems to indicate, okay, the Devil is interesting here because in this particular house, this has to do with attachments, unhealthy attachments. So this could be attachment to a place that you're living. This could be attachments, this could be family situations that are toxic, okay? The Devil often comes up when there's something we have to detach from and get away from. And it's interesting, if we go back to this, again, let's go back to our first house with the 8 of Cups here, and you kind of redefining your identity. Part of what you may be being called on to let go of has something to do with family. It doesn't have to be about a particular family member or about your mom or anything like that, but it just seems like there's something connected to family that represents an older, outdated habit, or maybe even just something that you maybe tend to go back to over and over again, and it's kind of like, this is really something, you should be letting go. And I just find it interesting because we also have this energy of letting go over here in the 9th house, your house of freedom. And so I don't know. There may be old ancestral or family patterns that you are trying to work through and trying to get rid of right now in this move to kind of redefine yourself right now. Because this is certainly a time with the eclipse energy and with other things where we're definitely coming to our truth. Let's look at the job sector here. Now, this can also be the health sector. Virgo has to do with work in terms of service that we do for others, whether it's paid or unpaid. I often associate this with jobs that we do, to make money, the ways in which we might do certain work for people. It can also, like I said, but it's also, Virgo has to do with health. It can also have to do with the things that we have anxiety about, the things that we want to get right. And you have Earth with the King of Wands. So yeah, there's definitely money coming in here. It's something that, you're doing, whether you're in a service profession or do something for that, or if there's a job you have that makes good money, maybe there's a new job incoming that's going to make good money. I have to look up at the 10th house to see. Oh, that's interesting in the 10th house. Well, anyway, we'll get there. Yeah, I don't know. There just seems to be some kind of an opportunity, a job or something that does seem like it's going to bring in finances. Now, you have it with the King of Wands here. So they're definitely, this could be a fire sign. This could be an Aries, Leo, or Sag person. But I feel like it's more of this sense of somebody who is just determined to get what it is that they want. Okay? King of Wands energy is a very, along with the King of Pentacles, I see these as the cards of people who are ambitious and successful. And it's the idea of, I'm going to figure out the way to do this the way I want it kind of energy. And you have it in this house of Virgo. So I don't know. There's something here connected to, and I feel like this is connected to work. Some kind of work that you're doing where you are just determined, you're going to make this money, or you're going to establish yourself, have success, have the material abundance that you want, and you have the drive to get there. The other possibility, again, is that this could be a person coming in who's going to help you. Maybe a person who is very driven, maybe it's somebody who's going to employ you too. You never know. I feel like all those things are possible, and this may apply differently for different people. But either you've got a real drive to succeed and to be financially successful, or there's somebody coming along who's going to help you do that. And interestingly, in this 10th house here, in your house of legacy, you've got Isis and the High Priestess, and Isis is the High Priestess in the cartouche deck. These cards are almost identical in terms of what they represent. And this has to do with that which is hidden, that which is mysterious. Usually in terms of a business proposition, this would be going it alone, especially with the High Priestess. But there's this sense of mystery here, this sense of something that's hidden that you're not seeing right now. And it's also possible that you are doing work. Sometimes this comes up with people who are caring for somebody or doing childcare or doing things like that, because Isis does have a strong motherly vibe here. But or just being in a kind of profession where you are helping heal people and things like that. Some of you might be in healing professions. But there's definitely a strong aura of mystery here. There's something very, very psychic about the High Priestess. and very intuitive. I would say probably on the most general level, I would interpret this to mean that there's going to be, there's something that hasn't been revealed yet. There's something you're waiting for, because Isis can also be about being patient, and I feel like there's something you're patiently waiting for, something that's going to be uncovered. And it's interesting because in your financial sector, there's this idea of something unexpected coming in. So if I read those things together, if I read those three areas together from terms of work, what I would say is that there could be some unexpected something, maybe because you've been a caring and compassionate person, okay? Or maybe there's somebody coming in like that for you, but there's some kind of energy here of something unexpected coming in terms of your career, something that has the potential to be lucrative. You could have a person here who's going to actually help you out. And this is news that's going to give you an unexpected boost. So so something definitely changing with career for you, Taurus. There's going to be some kind of unexpected twist or turn. And whatever this unexpected twist or turn is, it's actually going to be something that gives you the ability to, it's going to be something that has the potential to create great financial success for you, certainly. But, and I also kind of feel like there could be a sense that you're even though this is very solitary energy, I don't know why. I feel like it's going to be something where maybe you're partnering or working with somebody on something. So, again, maybe somebody who's very, very driven. So take that as it resonates for you. Let's look at your 8th house here, which has to do with your changes. Okay, now this is interesting. You've got the Magician, which is card 1, and you've got Osiris, which is card 1. Magician. Okay, so this is definitely a card of stability, of leadership. This says that in terms of what it is you're trying to do, these are both very strong cards of manifestation. So what you're being called to do right now is the energy of change that's going on. You are being called to manifest something, to take your ideas, to integrate the recent changes, and to make something constructive out of it. You're manifesting, you're communicating, reaching out to others. The Magician is one who is creative, one who creates, and one who is, there's strong Mercury energy with this card. So there's definitely this sense of communicating. And Osiris has very strong Emperor type vibes. It's got this idea of taking control of something, being a leader, having good judgment, being able to create something solid. So there's definitely a sense here. And again, you've got this one energy. So this could be something in 1 week, could be something in the next month, but there's something that's coming up here. Or during the time of Sagittarius, because Osiris does have to do with Sagittarius type energy. Of course, we're only going to be just moving probably into Scorpio season, so that would be a little longer than a month. But again, there's definitely, you're definitely being called to manifest. This is not going. The changes that are coming are not going to be passive changes. They're gonna inspire action. They're gonna allow you to manifest something that you've been trying to get. Now, if I go over to the 12th house, which is your house, which is, I kind of read the 8th and the 12th house together because they often have to do with messages from spirit, like deeper transformative messages and things like that. This is Pisces energy. So this can be about your imagination and creativity and also your self-undoing. But you have Hathor with the King of Ghosts. Okay, King of Ghosts is the King of Cups. So there's some emotions that you're keeping under control right now, Taurus. And that's interesting, just given what I'm seeing here. I do feel like you're in a space right now where you may be keeping some things to yourself. This king is kind of on a platform floating on the water. And the King of Cups is a very pleasant energy, a very pleasant vibe. In fact, you got 3 kings here. We haven't looked at the other one yet, but there could be a lot of these people, and these could be people who are coming in who you're concerned about. This is somebody who's more of a water sign, but I feel more like this is more about, and this could be a female too, because you have Hathor. There's just this kind of strong energy. I feel like, I don't know, you're keeping something to yourself here. Maybe it's your feelings about a woman. Maybe it's this right here. I don't know. Maybe there's something about this water energy or female energy. And I have a feeling, again, I'm going to go back to Mars in Cancer, the fact that it's Mars in Cancer, that maybe there may be people who may be stirring up very strong feelings for you, or maybe not even for you or in you. Maybe people who are testing your patience, maybe people who are making emotional demands on you. And right now you're just kind of trying not to explode. Certainly one of the things we've been warned about with this month's astrology is with the Mars energy is, there could be landmines all over the place in terms of escalating arguments and conflicts and things. So I feel like this is you just trying to focus on, getting things done that you need to get done, keeping your emotions in check, trying to stay more grounded, because Hathor is definitely a little bit more of a grounded energy. But there may be some doubts about that when you see it in the 9th house. Like you may at least just be feeling that way. Okay, so let's go over to your relationship houses. So now, again, 5th house, it depends on what your status is watching this video. If you're a single person looking for love, if you are somebody who is already married, in a relationship, or just somebody who's not looking for a relationship right now, or whatever the situation, I'd like to start reading these 2 houses for people who are looking for love. Okay, so we've got Horus with the Hanged Man. Okay, so Horus is Leo energy in the Leo house, so that's very good. This is actually a very good omen for creativity. So if you are working on a creative project, or trying to manifest something in that way, this is an excellent card. This is a very good family card. If there's children involved, this would often involve, family support and things like that. Of course, we do have it with the Hanged Man, though. So the Hanged Man indicates needing to take a broader perspective, and it does imply a situation that may be stuck. Okay, now the number 3 seems to be important here because the Hanged Man is card 12. 1 + 2 is 3, and then we have a 3 here. But it's there's definitely the sense. I feel like for people looking for love, creatively, this is telling you to take this talks about a very creative time and taking a broader perspective. With love, I feel like this is saying, I think there's somebody here who you are very attractive to, because Horus is like about beauty, it's about charisma. So I think you are extremely attractive to somebody, but they're not doing anything right now. Hanged Man indicates that they may not be seeing the big picture, or you may not be seeing the big picture with them right now. And I don't know why. I feel like this 9th house thing that's going on right here, I think you may be looking at somebody saying, okay, why are they not making a move? Why are they not doing something? If they like me, why are they not doing something about it? And it's because they are overburdened right now. They are massively stressed. That's what I'm feeling. And I'm feeling like this is, for some of you, this is a person at a distance, or maybe somebody you know from school, or within an educational setting. I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities there. Could be somebody you know from a spiritual setting as well, with that Sagittarius energy. But that, I don't know why. I mean, and I don't necessarily interpret things that way, but that's what I keep being drawn to, is like, yeah, there's somebody here who's not moving because they're overburdened right now. But if we look over here at your 7th house, Buckle of Isis does seem to indicate efforts that will be rewarded. Whoever it is that you're looking at does seem to be a faithful person. Maybe fidelity's in question. Maybe they're questioning your fidelity. I don't know. I mean, like I said, if you're single, or if this is just somebody you're interested in, maybe if they think you're a very beautiful person, they may think, oh, you probably got all these options. Like, you're going to want to date all these different people, and, you're not going to just stay with me. Well, this again, I feel like there's an energy of this, because this is somebody who's just kind of being very cold and clinical. This is somebody also who has to make a decision, by the way. When we have the King of Bats here, or the King of Swords, this is somebody who, if we've got this Hanged Man energy, it's like, okay, at some point you got to get off your duff and make a decision. But this person may be looking at things in a very kind of cold and unemotional kind of a way right now. Could be somebody who's an air sign. Does not have to be, which would be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. But I don't necessarily think it has to be. This could also just be somebody who's very intellectual. This could be somebody who's a teacher, or some other kind of professional person. But really, I don't know. I'm feeling like this is just a person who, when it comes to love, they may have they may be more trying to be more logical rather than more emotional. And they do seem to be somebody who's looking for fidelity. Now, for the people who are already married or already in a serious relationship, again, there's this idea, maybe if your partner lately has been a little bit more cerebral and maybe not, I don't know, maybe you feel like they're more detached. Maybe that's why you have this 5, here, maybe there's this sense of feeling like, there's a distance between you or something. Or maybe you just have a spouse who's just very, very busy with certain things. And I don't know, maybe you're worried, like if they're working a lot of hours, whether there's fidelity or something. And this would be saying yes, that there is. Okay, this is not a card of cheating. This is a card of somebody who is faithful. So I don't know. I feel like overall, though, it's saying that if you're trying to put a work into a relationship and it's not going anywhere right now, that it will go somewhere and that it will be something very, very solid. But somebody does have to kind of get out of this unemotional space and kind of make a decision. Now, overall, yeah, we have the twins. So I don't know. The partnerships seem to be the thing. And interestingly, the solar eclipse that we just had was in Libra. And so, yeah, this makes a lot of sense because there's the idea here that what we're being awakened to, what's happening, or what our focus is, does have to be on relationships with other people, whether they're love relationships, whether they're family relationships, friends, coworkers, whatever it is. There's something that's front and center about your connections with other people. Like that seventh house energy is a big thing right now. And you have it with this 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Pumpkins in this one, which is basically, right now you're in a period of waiting. It's telling you need to be patient. This is like you're waiting, looking at the harvest, decide, is it ripe for the picking yet? And this would be saying, no, it's not yet. And this card sometimes can be when we're reevaluating things and saying, okay, should I, is this, sometimes it's called the card of futility. It's like, okay, have I put all this effort in for no reason? And it's interesting that it's coming up in the context of relationships. And actually with this, okay, I said number 3 here. Number 7 seems to be important here too. So, 3, 7, and I feel like this could be a number of weeks for some people, something happening in 3 weeks, 3 days to 3 weeks, something happening in 7 days to 7 weeks. But there's definitely this energy that there's a focus on what kind of work you're putting into something with regard to your relationship. So, maybe you're feeling ghosted by someone right now. Maybe you're putting effort into something and it's not going anywhere. Again, it just feels like there's just a lot of stress for somebody. Maybe there's a holding back of emotions. And right now, I think you're just trying to figure out who you are and what you do need to invest in yourself. So this may be an energy of saying, you may be trying to make a decision here too as to whether or not this is something worth hanging on to. Though the implication here does seem to be those of you looking for love, and yeah, we got another 7 here, right? Those of you looking for love, that that this is whatever effort you've put into it, it's worth the wait. Okay, so let's see what your rune is. What does Taurus need to know? October 8th through 21st. Okay, and our rune is Uruz, which actually is a very Taurian rune. This is the rune of the ox, and this is a rune of strength. So when this rune comes up, there's reasons why we have strength. And what's interesting is this can be sometimes couched as opportunity disguised as a loss. And so that very much fits in with this 8 of Cups energy. The idea that there's there's a show of strength here by walking away from what no longer serves us. Okay, so that seems to be the energy right now. Definitely an energy of sacrifice. And interestingly, now that's another thing I've just noticed here. You've got cards in the opposite houses, 1 and 7. You've got 2 cards that add up to 7. And this is the same thing. This is a card of sacrifice, and this is a card of, waiting for something to reveal itself at the right time. And you also have this energy of walking away from what no longer serves you, making decisions. So yeah, something going on with your relationships, Taurus, seems to be the main thing. And this is about you showing strength. If we think about the strength card, it's about having courage, fortitude, and doing what's right in a particular situation. But this could also sometimes mean that whatever losses we have right now, there's going to be an opportunity in that. So anyway, I hope this reading is helpful to you, Taurus. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified about future videos. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the later in the month, actually.